the Indie Devil, Mr. Anderson. I'm joined with Connor. Connor, say hello to the viewing audience.
Hello, viewing audience.
So we're going to be talking about the Advocator today.
All right.
So that's pretty exciting. Connor, for those who don't know, and I don't know how you wouldn't know if you're on my page, because we're literally on my page, was this week's featured Grimwood Crossing. And he's an amazing creator. Talk us through about what Grimwood Crossing is, because that's your franchise, right?
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, Grimwood Crossing is the first professional franchise I've put out, and it's about monster hunters in the Wild West, and I like to play with Western tropes and turn them on their heads and play with your expectations of what these monsters are supposed to be like, and I'm really proud of it. We were able to finish the main series, the main story, which was 6 issues on 2 Kickstarters, and yeah, and we're gonna launch a collection later in the year. So
All right, guys, we're going to be live for a while, so I'm just doing a quick mic check. If you have a fan base, share it. Share the video right now. We're going to be taking questions from anyone about the Advocator, so we're here for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about it. So we talked very early on the campaign. I think you were with us on one of the first days we had a video, if I remember correctly, when we first launched. It's
yeah, like early or late December, right?
Does that sound right, Connor?
I had a video with you guys like near the end of the year.
Yeah, we were just on, because we've been on Kickstarter now forever, it feels like. I'll be honest with you.
I
Uh,
know.
we're finally getting off. I'm super excited about it. Everyone who comes on the show, we always ask them the standard question: how did you get involved with the Advocator?
Oh, well, I saw you guys were putting out an anthology, and I'm a fan of Travis and Chuck, and and you've also featured my campaigns on the website before, and I wanted to jump in on it. I wanted to be part of that group. I like Welcome to the Void, and Broke Down and Four Dead Bodies is cool, so I really wanted to be part of that cool kids club. You know what I mean?
Well, it's amazing to hear that we have a cool kids club, because we're really just nerds and geeks coming together
I know.
to talk about our stories. But I mean, I guess this is the generation of the nerd and the geek.
Yeah, I know, right?
You have some of the, I mean, I read the story. I love the art behind it. I love the little 4 pages that you had. It's, for those who don't know, it's kind of hard to land a story in 4 pages, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like I could bust out longer stories all day. It's the short ones that really challenge me.
So how did you come up with this 4 pager? Was this like just something you had on the side, or was this actually something that you developed just for the Advocator? Because that was the cool thing about the Advocator. We didn't really have any real rules to it. You just had to create something from your franchise.
Yeah, so it was actually something I created on this. I was thinking about on the side before the Advocator. Grimwood Crossing is a Western world with a lot of monsters in it, and I was only really able to showcase like 4 different types of monsters in the original story. So I really wanted to like flesh out this world, show that there's all kinds of creatures out there. And so so the next creature I wanted to explore was a witch and a ghost, right? So I wanted to create a short story about the ghost of a witch. You know what I mean? To like really introduce both those concepts into the world.
And that's a really cool thing too, to think that you brought these two different things that we're very used to, but I can't honestly say I've seen it used at all in the past. The ghost witch was something new to me.
Yeah, I really thought hard about like what 2 things would go together really well. And I was thinking like there's like those witch trials. I'm sure a lot of innocents died in those witch trials, and deaths of an innocent are a good way to get a spirit going, like a vengeful spirit going.
Yeah, and
And so
I'm sure some of the witches were innocent, even if they were witches.
yeah, yeah. And like she actually was or like in the story she actually was a witch, but like it's kind of like up for debate on whether or not she was not or whether or not she was evil.
Well, I mean, 4 pages, we get the feeling that there's a conflict in there because I've read the story. So I know exactly what you mean. Have you seen the video I made for you? That's actually a good question. I don't know if you ever saw the video I cut for you. Did you?
What? You made me a video?
Yeah, you're our featured thing, so check it out. I actually,
Oh, I knew that there was featured stories, but I didn't know you were putting up videos for each one.
yeah, everyone got a video except Travis. Actually, Travis is the only one who didn't get one, but that was because of the Dog Days conflict because he was
Oh
on
yeah.
twice. Oops, telling me I can't pledge my own project, but I want to back my project. Check it out. The Advocator
So
presents
look at that right now. Is that the video that's up right now?
story, yep. Grimwood Crossings. Grimwood Crossings follows monster hunters in the Wild West. In this short story, they hunt down the ghost of a witch that has been haunting the trail into the town. Also featured in the Winter Advocator is Welcome to the Void .5, not broke down yet, Mary Revised, Modern Testament's new reimagined take on Noah and his Ark, Grimwood's Crossing Short, which we just mentioned, and Binary Stars Intergalactic Bar Fight. We appreciate you guys supporting us and want you to know what The Advocator is all about. The Advocator Presents is a collection of short stories from indie creators who have their own pre-established franchises now offering continued short stories of the characters that you have fallen in love with and may even get some insight into these characters. So some of our creators featured in this following that you're already a fan of, you get a new short story that you have never seen before. The Advocator Presents is a new way to advocate for creators and their creations by allowing and challenging them to create new stories within their worlds and then advocate for each other on the Comic-Con highway. A great benefit of this project is that all creators are all equal in this project, and all creators will get an even share of the printed books. No one creator shall profit over the other creators outside the hustle of sales at their tables on the Comic-Con highway. So what do you think, Connor? Do I have a future in broadcast?
I like your broadcasting voice.
Thank you. Can you tell I was a fan of the Micro Machines guy?
What?
Do you remember the Micro Machines guy who talked really, really fast?
No.
Oh, you got to look up the videos. They're actually on there. This guy made Eminem look slow. That's how quick this guy would talk, and I was always amazed by that. So yeah, man.
Like those what are they called? Auctioneers?
Yes, like that. But like it was so smooth and clear, like you did hear what he was saying. So it was really badass.
Wow, maybe that's your future calling.
My gig. I got working on it though. I got to be training day with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I'm super excited. So who are you a fan of in this? Have you looked at the other stories? Have you gotten to dive in and check out some of the other stories that are being offered?
So I haven't been able to check out any of the short stories yet because I ordered myself a copy and I was gonna wait to read the short stories then. But I've checked out Broke Down and Four Dead Bodies, the like fuller stories, and Welcome to the Void. And yeah, I mean those are kind of why I wanted to be part of this, because I really liked both those books.
So Travis and Chuck compete. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. Which story's better? This is where it gets awkward and real.
I mean, it's gonna sound like such a cop out, but they're so different. You know what I mean? Like Chuck's has some like really like philosophical themes going on, while I really appreciate the simple just like bad situation that Travis has created in his story. You know what I mean?
I do. Travis is very simple.
Like I personally love simple stories like a lot. There's a lot you can do with them that's something I really tried to explore with like my last book. Just a simple situation that is just like completely engaging from beginning to end.
Yeah, he carries the story. Kidding around aside, that man can carry a tune.
Yeah.
Creative.
But there's some really interesting themes going on in Welcome to the Void that like kind of make you think more than a lot of other stories. You know what I mean?
I definitely do. And just wait till you see this .5. You're in for a treat.
Okay, cool.
Definitely. So talk to us about your I mean, you're a franchise. You've built this brand. Tell us a little bit about Grimwood. How's that project come along? How did that get inspired? Because this is what the whole point of the Advocator is, for you to explain your franchise.
Yeah, so thanks for the opportunity. Yeah. I guess I really like I've always liked Western stories and monster hunting stories, and when I first started trying to think of like a story I'd really want to read, because that's what you should do when you're thinking about writing. You should write what you want to read, you know, write for the audience that is you, because there's more of you out there, right? And so I really like westerns. I really like monster hunting stories. I've always been a fan of Buffy and Angel and Supernatural. Those shows. I just really love the whole, someone who's just trained themselves to take on these creatures that others wouldn't. And I always thought Western genre was more of a blank canvas. Like, I never really thought of Western as a genre. It's a setting. You know what I mean? So it's just a setting that you could apply any other genre to, really.
Well, look at
And
Firefly. You can
yeah,
apply.
Firefly. Like, look at Monsters versus Aliens, or I'm sorry, Cowboys versus Aliens, like stuff like that. Like it's just a setting. Well, in Firefly, it's not so much a setting as like a theme, because it's not the Wild West, it's the setting.
Well, it depends what planet they visited.
Well, oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially in like the first episode at the bar brawl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was very much, yeah. So yeah, it's just a blank canvas to apply other genres to, I always thought. And I just really like I also just really like the idea of like coming up with these ways to dispatch these monsters in unique ways without using technology, which is why I thought the Western was going to be a fun setting to put it in. And yeah, you just gotta read or write stories you want to read, and things that you can relate to. When I wrote it, I was just coming into adulthood, and I was trying to uh trying to prove to the rest of the world that I was an adult. You know what I mean? And when you read Grimo Crossing, you definitely get those themes from Bobby, and that's just how I related to him, and that's just how the whole story came together. And I hired Adigan, and he put his own flair to the book, and the rest is history.
It's funny. I'm still trying to prove to the world I'm an adult. It's not going well. It's not going well.
Oh, I gave up on that long ago.
I'm like, but I'm old. They're like, that doesn't count. We've seen how you act. No, I mean, I have to ask, as someone who's talking about the Wild West, did you grow up liking Wild West? Like, are you a John Wayne fan?
Yeah, yeah. My dad really liked Wild West, and so did my oldest brother. And so like Rio Grande and Bonanza, and just stuff, the classics like that. And then as we were gearing up to draw issue 2, I got really into the Hateful Eight, like really into it. And that's why in like issue 2, there's a flashback scene, and I was like, you know what? Grimwood Crossing is now a town that has a winter season. So like in the flashback scene, we set it during the winter just because we enjoyed like those scenes from Hateful Eight so much.
Oh man, that's awesome to hear. I love to hear how we've translated our fandom into how we are as creators, because I think that's how we create new and interesting stories. Because you didn't
Yeah,
create it, you just took something you liked and you're like, how could this work in my world?
yeah, that's that. What do they always say? Good artists borrow, but great artists steal.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, like you like, back to the whole, you just got to write what you want to read. Like, if you don't want to read it, why would anyone else want to?
Yes,
you
absolutely.
know
Well,
so take the things that you love, put them together, and of course you want to put your own personal experiences in there too to make it your own.
yeah, and I don't think people necessarily understand that. I know a lot of people say, well, there is no new story. And I'm like, that's not true. There are new stories. There just aren't new themes necessarily. Because we do
Yeah,
that
yeah,
with each other
because
creatively.
if you I mean, like, no one around here is creating new themes. If you're creating a new theme, no normal person is going to be able to relate to it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes and you see it, books ahead of their time that take longer for people to really understand and appreciate.
Yeah, yeah. I I definitely see that. There's some stories around. There's some stories out there that have been around for a while that I feel like haven't gotten the full love they deserve, and like a lot of people don't realize just how much human experience is really packed into these stories.
I agree with you on that. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy because my son just came in to mess with them.
It's okay. My dog's still sleeping, so. But yeah, I always really enjoyed the westerns, and most recently I watched The Sister Brothers. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
I have, when you have a 3-year-old, you watch a lot of Paw Patrol.
Yeah, I saw someone post a status on Facebook that said, "You are an adult. No one controls you. You do not have to watch another episode of Paw Patrol."
It's not true. They're lying. They're absolutely lying. Just ask Travis, who's going to be watching a lot of Paw Patrol in the next 3 years.
No, yeah. I'm hoping that'll be canceled by the time I get to it.
Oh, no. They've found ways to stay relevant.
I hope not. I'm going to do PJ Masks, though. I'm all about that.
Oh, you're all about the.
No, dude, they're gonna start doing social commentary and start staying super relevant, dude.
Oh no! Don't ruin my cartoons with more.
All right, Chuck is here and Travis is here.
Holy shit, that's your face.
So Chuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna piss everybody off, but you have to call me immediately when we're done this because I have some important news to tell you.
Okay, cool.
Be shared online.
All right.
Rob is like, but you share all your news with me. Rob is super devastated.
No.
Now he's gonna be pissy with me because he's like, he was my editor first.
No, what winds up happening is Travis will wait 5 minutes before I go live on a video and call me up. He's like, you know that thing I was talking about in the video the other day? I gotta tell you.
Yeah, exactly. No, wait. All right. So how are we gonna fund not dog days? We funded that.
I already did that for you. I already did heavy lifting for you this afternoon.
Yeah, it was all you. That was all you.
Actually, it was my $3
that you took back. Let's talk about this.
I got us over the edge. That's all you asked for.
That's right. That's all I wanted. I got the win. It's not how many races, how you did the entire race. It's only how you finish the race that matters.
Dude, I've been married for 20 years. All that matters is I finished.
And if only she did too. And if only she did too.
Oh, is that important?
Hey, there's only one first place, baby.
All right, let's
try to finish at least once. I have a kid. I have a second kid coming, so twice, at least twice.
I have 3. I just haven't. I'm just not worried about if they're all actually mine.
Right.
He's already committed. All right, so you guys want to talk about the golden ticket?
No, what I want to talk about is what else
our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Friggin' people to get them to fund.
What?
I've given them issue 2 before it comes out. I've given them a website. What do they want? But what more do they want from me?
I don't know.
Maybe it's not something from you. Maybe they're tired of you. Maybe they want something from somebody else.
You know what it is? A lot of people said, listen, I would have backed your project, but that dog day shipping was so expensive. I don't have any money left.
Damn. Damn, do not tag Marcel. He will call you out. But for real. Between me and everyone listening who don't tell Marcel, but the dog day, it was a little high. But I do understand why it was high. So if anybody really has a reason why, I can explain it to you.
No, it's a trade. Those are more expensive. And have you seen the post office? They're like raising this forever stamp by like $1 now or something.
Dude, I calculated my shipping prices too early. And by the time it came to actually ship everything out, things became more expensive, and I paid like $400 out of pocket.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
For the last book?
Yeah. Well, I also had to pay for some other stuff to minimize the fucking constant delays. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Chuck's on the.
I want that shit.
It's going to be bad now. You can curse all you want. We're not going to stop Chuck. In the comic book classroom panel, they had to bleep him. There's actually where it looks like his camera broke up. It didn't. They were bleeping it.
That's not true. I was fucking good. I didn't say
Bleep,
one fuck, one
bleep,
shit, one
bleep.
See, not even like 10 seconds in the program, he's already got us on R. We're heading for.
Yeah, I was good. I was good. That's why I'm so angry.
You should see him edit your book. He'll just randomly be like, I think a fuck is needed in this dialogue.
I've never heard him say that about my books.
Me either. I'm just playing.
Your books have too much fucking in them.
Because there's tons of it all through my book, so he doesn't need to recommend that to me at all.
I can't cuss in Grimwood. All the Western cussing sounds so freaking lame. Like, what in tarnation?
Oh no, they curse. Watch Deadwood. Oh my God, is Deadwood a dirty
Westworld?
Yeah, no, I've seen Deadwood. It's funny, like there's so much debate about what the exact language was like used in casual conversation in the Wild West, because I mean a lot of fiction kind of like takes liberties with it, but when I actually looked it up, it was all like really lame curse words that like your children could say these days.
Well, but I think that's the funny thing is that like over time, the words that used to mean something like jaywalking.
Yeah.
The whole reason for calling it jaywalking is that being called a jay was a terrible thing to be called. I don't even remember why. So they basically called it jaywalking in order to make people feel bad for naturally walking in the streets, which is what they were originally meant for. They weren't meant for cars. So they were actually trying to bully you off of the streets.
Oh, jaywalking was the concept was invented by either car insurance companies or car companies to shift blame from drivers to the pedestrians. Yeah.
It was insurance, that's right.
Well,
yeah, I wasn't sure which one it was, yeah.
That was when braking was like kind of hoping. Like it was like the Flintstones braking. It wasn't like braking. Like you walk in front of someone, they were just like, I'll just keep going because I ain't stopping. You know, it's like stepping in front of a bus. They know they're not stopping. They're just going to hit you. They're going to put you in misery right away.
So, I don't know. Why don't we have some fun here? Have you guys all checked out the other stories?
I haven't checked out the short stories yet, but I was just telling them, like, I've checked out your guys' longer stories. Like,
okay, so here's something fun. Why don't, like, since this is the Advocator, why don't we advocate for other people's stories? Which one of these were some of your favorites?
Well,
just part of the series.
Did you not just hear to what he said?
He didn't read it.
Are you not paying attention?
I said the series, the long ones, not the shorts, motherfucker.
Oh, dude, Rob already put me on the spot and tried to make me choose between you two.
My wife's pregnant. She's a mother.
Yeah, Connor played the line really well between the two of you. I was totally setting up for drama. I was going to wait for you guys to come on and be like, you know what? Connor likes blah better. I just wanted you guys to know fight and just sit back and watch it go on for 20 minutes. How they pick on each other. But no, Connor had to be the good guy. He said, you know, Travis is really good. He's got these very what was the word you used? Simple?
I said broke down bodies is simple yet elegant because it's just like it's a really fucked up situation that these guys are trying to get out of, and I love stories like that. And then I always compare it to Tarantino.
And then you said Chuck's stories reminded you of being a child because it felt like it was written by a child. Is that what you said?
No. I said Chuck's stories have philosophical themes that really make you think in ways that you haven't before.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at the tape. I definitely don't remember that. So
we're going to fail.
Did you all share to your groups? Because we got some comments, and it's only from Chuck so far, and we don't need Chuck's comments on the show. And Tommy, how you doing?
I haven't shared the video yet.
Share it. It's on Facebook. I tell you guys, to your backers, your community, to come ask questions. We'll answer them while we're on the air. I'm going to go ahead and start a watch party, too. So, Chuck, you started it. Now it's your turn. What's your favorite, and why don't you like Travis?
Yeah, I don't like Travis.
Actually, I would say that Broke Down is my favorite, and that's because I've read so much more of it. I've gone several issues into it. I really like where it's going, and I'm a big Tarantino dude too, so that one really speaks to things that I love. Like, I'm really excited about Tarantino's new flick about Manson that he's going to be doing. So
oh yeah,
yeah, I'm really So that one, it just speaks more to what I like. I'm not like a Western guy as much. I love what you're doing there, dude, and it's a solid book all on its own. It just doesn't speak to what I love.
So,
Like Binary Star, not as much a science fiction guy.
Connor, do you want to take your
I can't get this. I don't know if it actually shared. Like my phone sucks really bad.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll have Travis share it. He'll bring over his dog day backers, and we'll talk about dogs for a while. Make them happy.
I actually got to talk to my Dogs Days backers about the ADVOCATOR in case they're not familiar.
But Travis, what's your favorite story?
I like the broke down story. What I like about the broke down.
I literally said someone else's.
Yeah, we need Mark Zuftich in here because I know he likes Grimwood at least. I need to get one of my fans in here.
I like the fact that Connor made something I've never seen before. You know, Travis brought up this broke down thing, but I've seen Tarantino's films. Let's be honest. Chuck's doing this thing about a void that. All right, there's a guy washing dishes pushing a guy in the wall. Who hasn't seen that? What I've never seen before is a witch ghost. That's new to me. I was hooked.
It's a what ghost? It's a what
What's up?
ghost?
It's the ghost of a witch.
I've never seen that. It's new to me.
That is badass.
I was trying to go for like a very like visual thing. I thought like I thought him approaching the ghost from the front and not seeing that there's like a noose hanging off her back, you know, like that's one of the visuals that kind of brought the whole idea to me. Just the idea of like how she died is so obviously like displayed on her person type of thing. Cause like, you know, the whole like witch trials and the witch burnings and hangings and shit.
I definitely like that. So to give credit to the stories, hold on. Let's give some love to the things that you guys aren't mentioning. Binary Star by Jamie Primack.
I didn't really answer. Mine wasn't Dog Days. Can I talk? Well, not Dog Days. It wasn't Broke Down. Can I talk? Can I finish?
No, I don't think so. You broke the rules. What do you think, guys? Should we let him tell?
I don't know. He keeps bringing up this Dog Days thing.
I'm tired of hearing from him. It's all about me.
All right, Travis.
It's the Travis show.
Since you're high on your victory today on Dog Days, we'll forgive you. Go ahead.
All right.
Favorite.
I'm going to pull a twofer here. So creatively, Binary Star is my favorite creatively because that woman, if you followed her stuff and read her volume, because I read the whole thing, you could just see how she became a better storyteller, a better writer, and it became its own story, and a better artist. So everything. So artistically that. But much like Chuck, I have read a lot of Under the Void that other people haven't. I helped put together that little backstory, so I'm going to have to choose that because of the stuff I know. And I am constantly calling Chuck and trying to get him to do more Welcome to the Void. I want him, and hey, if you're on this chat, I think that he should do a digital deluxe after the ADVOCATOR that has the 4-page story, has the zero, not a digital deluxe, a deluxe edition of it with a cool cover. I think it'd be badass. Maybe even get him
me
to
and
do
Chuck have talked about the importance of special editions before.
Yeah, he needs a special edition of Zero. Like this 0.5 needs to be shown to everyone.
Here's the thing. I totally agree with that. My only issue with that right now is that I'm sitting on like 350 copies of issue 0. So maybe I want to sell a couple of those first before I.
Why do you have 350 copies you're sitting on?
I bought 500. Okay, I don't.
Are you doing cons?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering.
They're selling, but I still have like several boxes unopened. I don't want to be doing that, but I think when I get down to my final box, yeah.
I'm doing a con soon here in January, March, April, in May, and like I just don't know how many copies to print because I did the same con last year and I sold like really good on the Grimwood volumes, and like so I don't know like how much more I should print this year because I don't know how much more people are already gonna have it. And then like also I'm gonna have a new book that's much smaller and cheaper, but also like complete or like a complete story. So I'm afraid like the cheaper book that's also about freaking ninjas is gonna kind of steal thunder from Grimwood. So I feel like I should print extra of those. I don't know.
Combos.
Combos?
Yeah, you should be doing combos. Things like, oh, to get, you can buy this book for that much and that much for that book.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah,
you
but
can
together.
get them all for blank. And like, just try to. I mean, I'll tell you, man. When me and Doug Brown were sitting at our tables, we sold more of the combos than we ever did just single like our own issues by themselves. He would be like, yeah, we'll put all of our books in together, blah blah blah, and that sold almost every time.
Well, Connor, how many days show is it?
Huh?
How many days show is it?
Good question.
Last year it was 2, so I think it might be the same this year. I still don't know how many like repeat of the audience is gonna be because I'm in Alaska. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I've already, as far as Grimwood goes, I've tapped those that are gonna be interested already. You know what I mean? So like I'm wondering if I should like even bother printing more than like 20 copies of Grimwood at all.
Well,
I mean, you every year different people go to a con, so never assume. I've done the same con year and year. Doesn't matter about population.
Okay.
And people move all the time into the area, especially in Alaska.
Well, but people don't move all the time into Alaska.
They do. People, North Grumman, a whole bunch of these engineering places have places out there, and they pay big bonuses to move there.
No, yeah, no. I mean, like, I'm not saying that that dynamic is non-existent. What I'm saying is like Arctic Comic Con in Alaska. One, it's only the second one. This is only going to be the second one ever. The last year was the first one ever. It's not a destination con. It's not a con that people are traveling to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
On the same breath, I think what Travis is trying to tell you is that year last year was the first year. I remember you saying that. So this year, to drag new people in. You want to
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it's gonna.
You want to match the number of what you sold, I think is what Travis is saying.
Yeah.
You don't order more, but at least have the same amount.
I can't order that many copies, or else if I don't sell them all, that'd be a huge waste of money.
Oh yeah,
but don't you have any?
I sold good last year. I sold people are telling me like there's similar cons in the city, and people are telling me to prepare to sell like 15 copies maybe, and those were and they were talking about their floppy cheaper issues, and then other people told me what they sold at that con, but I sold like 60 copies when other people were telling me they sold like 15.
Right.
And so I'm wondering. So what I'm wondering is if the people that are already interested in it already have it. I guess I don't know. I've only done one con, one major con, not major, but one.
So what do you have in that area as far as comic shops are concerned?
There's one comic shop, and all my comics are in it.
Fuck.
Yeah. They do little small expos every year, and I usually sell there pretty well. I don't know who is buying my comics out of that shop, but someone is.
Well, good. How are you for Swords and Sorrows?
I don't have Swords and Sorrows in that shop yet. I should probably order copies, but
yeah. But how many do you have to sell though?
I just put Swords and Sorrows up on Comixology and Amazon. And I haven't promoted it at all because I've been solely focusing on getting it freaking fulfilled. You know what I mean? With all the delays.
So what I would do is I would have some Grimwoods. Probably about 20 or so copies of each, maybe 20 to 30, and then I would push Swords and Sorrows, and I'd have 50 of those. If you were able to sell 60 copies of Grimwood, you can sell 50 of Swords and Sorrows.
Well, Swords and Sorrows is also significantly cheaper to print, so I might just print off 100.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and maybe what you want to do is maybe make a flip book and put that 4-page backup from the Advocator, which you can get right now if you guys haven't purchased.
I'm also going to sell the Advocator. I'm going to be ordering copies of that.
But what I'm saying is you could put some on the back. And do a flip book to let people know that Grimwood's available, that they can get it there. And it's not going to cost you a whole bunch more to add to the print run because it's only going to add 4 pages.
All right, guys.
Oh, are they trying to ask questions?
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt. People are trying to ask questions. We can talk about this. This is kind of shop talk. Let's save that.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry.
Remember, we got some people in here who probably don't want to hear us talking shop talk, you nerds. Let's talk about some questions. Gorgeous lady, how's that man treating you? Wendy said that, well, Chuck's great. He came and picked me up from work because I'm sick. Now, we all know it was just because she was sick. You probably wanted to pick her up if she was sick. So we're looking at you, Chuck. We're judging you right now.
I think you need to.
But maybe you should just bring her lunch every so often. Maybe you should bring her lunch.
I brought my wife lunch today and flowers.
All the time. Every time I talk to Travis, he's like, I have to bring my wife food. And I'm like, because she's pregnant? He's like, no, because she's my wife. What's wrong?
Can you guys stop?
That's
My
a true
girlfriend's going to
story.
come up any second. You're going to make me look bad.
Travis was like, you want to know looking bad? Travis is like, now you know why you're getting divorced, Rob, because you didn't bring lunch.
Holy shit. I'm glad you said that.
Shit
Since
just
the
got
elephant
real.
is out of the room, can we talk about how Connor is with Wendy? Can we talk about this publicly? Have you heard
No.
What?
that you and Wendy are having an affair? Everyone is aware of it.
Man.
Who are you talking
You're
about?
not
I
aware?
think this is the first he's hearing about it. Yeah. You never heard about that, dude?
That's the first time hearing that. Last time Wendy
There is
talked
a
to me, it was to tell me I wasn't perfect.
About,
So
there is a whole podcast that talks about your affair with Chuck's wife that is live that you can download that talks about it, how Chuck's marriage is in shambles.
So all the rumors going around, so everyone knows, but me.
yeah.
I
Well, see, the
defended
thing is that
I said to stop it. I tried. I did.
her son is he lives up in Alaska, and our grandkids and whatnot live in Alaska. And so she's going there this summer. And so they turned it around basically to say, no, she's going up there to be with Connor, and she's just not telling your ass. And I was like, oh, okay. So now it's all about Wendy's going up there to be with you and shit.
God, I am really glad my girlfriend isn't listening to this, or else you guys would just ruin everything.
By the way, when she's up there, don't buy her flowers. Don't fuck it up for me, man.
All right, as we're losing,
I'll take her to McDonald's and I'll get her a McRib.
Hey, whoa. McRib's special, man. Quarter pounder or nothing, dude. Come on.
So Max says, hey, what's the name of the Grimwood creator? Max doesn't know you. Go ahead.
Hi, Max. I'm Connor. I'm
Say a little bit more about yourself, dude.
I'm Connor Bartel, and I love writing comics. Grimwood is a result of 2 Kickstarter campaigns, and maybe you can jump on the next one if you're interested.
Wendy did fill in the name, by the way, Chuck. She knew his name. She knew his name.
Just she's filling in. That's great.
So,
is it hot in here? Like, damn.
Oh.
Okay, so Max also said, hey, Connor Bartel, any comics you print in merch, is merch, try to find different sale funnels. So he's suggesting that if you print it, have a different way to sell it, which would be like sort of your Kickstarters, right?
Oh yeah. The thing is I can't sell any of my my own copies because I live in Alaska and shipping would be too much. So I have to use like third-party companies to fulfill my Kickstarters, and I have to get kicked in the balls by them repeatedly and disrespected by them. So yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Why don't you have like one of the ADVOCATOR team actually print the book more on the continental side of the United States and ship it for you? You could tag someone in for that.
I could. I don't know how like compensation would go for that. And also this may be a little bit presumptuous here, but I'm trying to go for 400 backers next time.
Yeah, you're doing that on your own, buddy.
I'm not trying to pawn off 400 backers on some poor soul.
Shit, right? What'd you get on the last one?
210. That's what I mean by being a little presumptuous. The reason why I need 400 is because I think that would be the most realistic number to add a hardcover add-on.
Oh, okay. Very cool. And
Is
then,
that
like, I have to.
210
What?
your highest? Is 210 your highest?
Or 210 is my highest backer count.
What was that for?
Swords
So
and
that
Sorrows,
means
the last one.
we need more than 210 backers for the Advocator to be better than Connor. So everyone, he has a
Hey, what do you mean
number
better
of
than me?
210.
I'm part of this. I'm included in this feed.
So Connor has 210 backers. So that means we need 211 at the minimum.
I mean, I would love
be,
that.
with all the creators we have.
you know, right now, Travis is looking
It's super
at
doable.
dog days. Travis is looking at dog days. How many more people do I need to bat to beat Connor? He's going to go offer the book for $1 now.
I feel like we're about to have a dick measuring contest.
I
Here. Like,
totally looked at it first.
what's your highest backer count?
He is
Yo,
he is totally right. He is totally right. I totally looked
the
at
money,
it
the backer count, none of that matters. It matters if the readers like it, right? So you're fucked, Travis. I'm just kidding.
That'll break Chuck's heart.
But seriously, what can we do to get Connor? So we have offered on our end, and you have a cover, correct?
Yeah.
You have a cover that's available.
Yeah. The covers, it's like a pretty much a slight variance of the omnibus cover.
Yeah. So I don't know if we told you, but it's going to be Virgin now. We're going to make them Virgin.
Virgin?
Yep.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You don't like
that means
Virgin?
no logo.
No. Oh, that's cool.
So just the.
Oh yeah, dude. The special covers shouldn't have logos.
Yeah. So it's not going to have logos. So me and Chuck have offered up digital copies of our books. If someone
I've offered digital copies of Swords and Sorrows and Volume 1 of Grimwood.
Boom.
All right. So that's something. If you guys want to back his cover, you will get that. It's a good deal.
Yeah. I just sent those to Rob, and I was like, "Do what you will with them."
And I'll tell you what. Since we only have 48 days, if anybody buys it between now and then, I will personally send you a Grimwood Crossing and a broke down copy. So I will order one from one of his third development, and I'll send it over to you. Just back his cover. So anybody who backs it the next 24 hours, I will personally buy the copies and send it over.
What?
All right. How about this?
Tax return money. Tax return money.
If anyone backs in the next 24 hours, I'll send you a printout of the Grimwood Crossing map. If you back a physical tier in the next 24 hours, I will send you a copy of a Grimwood map. Professionally drawn by a cartographer and everything.
And if anyone backs it,
we're getting somewhere.
I'll send you a thank you in your message box.
Yeah, right?
Ooh.
I'm like trying to think of what I could possibly do. I'm like, okay, if anyone backs in the next 48 hours, I'll forward you a dick pic that my uncle accidentally sent me the other day. Yeah, how's that sound? Yeah.
If you back in the next 24 hours, you get my entire collection of memes out of my phone gallery.
Hey, Chuck, have you heard of the Me Too movement? I'm just curious here.
Oh, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole.
I believe that's part of the issue.
Hey, Max said, hey, Connor, you have a cartographer?
Yeah, I hired this fantasy cartographer. She does mostly maps for like D&D, but I hired her to make a professional mapping key for Grimwood Crossing. So that's all done. If you if you want to go to my campaign page, my recent campaign page, you'll be able to see a picture of the map.
Because you're showing it off already, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yep. I'll let's see. Trying to let's see. My phone sucks so bad, so I don't know how I'm gonna be able to share this or how fast I'm gonna.
Connor,
it'd be a lot easier if someone else did it. My phone, if it has any more than one app running, it's just like, hey, go fuck yourself.
Connor, was it Swords that had it?
No,
his new Grimwood, right?
It's a new Grimwood. So go to connorbartel.com and there'll be a link to the new page right there.
Guys, I'm a part of it. It's all good, dude. I'll find it.
Oh yeah, you're a collaborator.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like a mop up of the actual like printout on there, and then I have like a non mock up here. I might be able to just post it in the comments here too.
I think I found it. Here it comes. Here we go now.
Oh, I guess you can't post pictures in a live video chat.
No, for some reason you can't. I never understood that. All right, so on your website, where can I find this?
So right on the homepage, you'll see right at the top or near the top of the What's New section, you'll see talking about Grimwood Omnibus. Just click on that, and it'll bring you to the campaign page.
Okay, here we go.
What the fuck?
There goes Chuck.
And then if you scroll down, there you go.
Oh, is that the map here?
Yeah, it's kind of a blurry picture. Here, maybe I can like send a non mock-up version of it to like Chuck or something.
Yeah, and just have it sent. You can send it to my messenger.
Yeah, that's perfect. You just gotta wait for my phone to get it up.
Yeah.
Well, Wendy, can you jump on real quick?
You want Wendy to jump on real quick? Yeah,
hey, careful word choice. All right. Let's see.
Max got us the Kickstarter. He actually found it. How cool.
We're losing backers now, probably.
The messed up thing about that whole joking thing is that I'm pretty sure that her son is actually older than Connor is. So I was a little fucked up, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm just a baby.
How old are you, dude?
You can't
I'm 23 years old.
Okay.
All right, I just sent a picture of the map to Rob.
I just heard it ring, so let me get it.
I just farted.
Yeah, I didn't notice until the end of or I didn't notice until I actually got the map and I plotted out the entire storyline, and the story actually has a good spread across the town. I was happy with that.
All right, well, it's 6:30.
He just walked away. Travis has had enough of us.
It's because Travis is the real one that's having an affair, and he's mad he's not getting credit.
Hey, Travis is having an affair with you, Connor?
Oh, sure. He's a good-looking guy.
Like, that came out of nowhere. I was like, I didn't know.
I wouldn't pull up.
Am I having an affair with Connor?
That's it.
That's not how I meant it, but that's okay, yeah.
He's like,
Yes.
Travis is the one having the affair. I'm like, oh.
The minute I have my baby, I'm just bringing it to Alaska to live with Connor as a happy gay couple forever.
That's pretty cool. I love the
Connor,
map.
do you know what his kid's name is?
What his kid's name is?
What his baby's name is gonna be?
Connor Jr., baby.
No, seriously. His kid's name is actually gonna be Remy after Gambit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
That's cool. I like those names because, like, I like names that are unique. Like, not everyone has them, but they're not fucking weird. You know? Like I hope I'm not offending anyone, but, like, those people that name their kid, like, Lyric. That's weird.
My oldest kid's name is Lyric, you piece of shit.
That's why I said it. Hey, you can't get mad. I said, hope I don't offend anyone.
I hope I don't. That changes everything.
But yeah, if you want to print it out of that map, pledge to the Advocator right now.
Travis, you're uncommonly quiet.
Yeah, there's a gentleman who's asking me to help him with a Kickstarter, so I'm messaging him.
He's cheating on us.
Tell him we'll help him if he funds ours.
Yeah.
I actually did just say that, actually. I was like, well, I think you should see a full campaign. Here's one that's also struggling, but it's doing a little better than yours. I recommend, pledging to it to help you see it from the inside out,
Dude, pledging the campaigns, and just following them and learning how other people are running their campaigns is so helpful.
It really is. I know I posted about it the other day. The best way, if you want to do a Kickstarter, I'm serious, make sure you back at least 10 or 20 Kickstarters, even if it's for $1, so you can see what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, all that.
And find a Kickstarter that you actually enjoy, of a book that you actually want, pledge to it, give them the money, demonstrate the value, and then message them and be like, hey, I have a Kickstarter going on. Maybe we can do some co-promotion. Don't just up and do it without pledging to them. I personally think, because not because I don't think it's bad form. I don't think it's rude. I think it's harder to get people to agree to, or it's way easier to get people to agree to co-promote if you back their campaign. Maybe they feel like they owe you a little bit. I don't know.
All right. So Max took him up on the offer. So Max has gotten just backed it. So he backed the campaign. Also, Paul S. Roof has said hi to us all. So hi, Paul.
What's up, Paul?
Hello, Paul.
And we have also, speaking of things to help with creators, since Travis brought it up, you guys want to talk about the golden ticket?
I love the golden ticket. Have you heard about this, Connor?
I saw it on the campaign. Yeah.
Dude, okay, so seriously, as someone who is on the outside and someone who, I know you don't know the other two guys as much as you know me, but look at the value on there and be honest. What kind of value would that be at full price, do you think?
You got to tell them when it comes to.
So it comes
I'm reading it right now.
Okay, well, for those who can't read it right now, it comes with a variant cover by an artist of our choosing. It comes with story editing by Mr. Anderson. It comes by proofing and regular editing by myself. You get promotions and help with marketing from Travis. You also get help with a website up to a certain amount of dollars from.
No. You get a website. There's no certain amount of dollars. You get a website.
Oh, you get a website from Travis.
Well, hold on. First, websites aren't like a one price thing. You don't purchase a website, then you got it. Who's gonna take on the expense?
I'm gonna host it. I'm gonna do all that. I own a web design company.
Well, so what I'm saying is, are you gonna pay their yearly fee for their domain and service and hosting services?
I'm not gonna pay. I'll pay their hosting, but I'm not gonna pay their domain name. So they get a 1 year free hosting.
Oh! So you're limiting it to a year. Okay, perfect.
For their hosting, but they can transfer it wherever they want if they want to buy.
No, I was just making sure you weren't taking on this reoccurring payment for however long they want.
Well,
I think that's a really, really cool. I think that's perfect right there. I think especially because it goes beyond just the creation aspect and goes into the promotion. And I think 32 pages is fair. Wait, did it say the script has to be completed?
No, the entire project will have to be completed by December 2019 or we walk away. So they have to have the entire book drawn up because 32 pages is doable in a year. You know what I mean?
For not as someone's first book though. And if someone's doing this, the chances are it's going to be their first book.
Yeah, but remember, they've got the three of us behind them helping them along.
Yeah, but there's going to still be paying an artist. They're going to still be paying an artist.
Well, I'm sure if someone came to us and said, "Hey, look, I'm having trouble with money, but we see they're making the effort." It's more of
Oh yeah.
It's more something about the people who are going to tell us, "I wrote a script for 6 months and they never did anything else," and they're not taking the artists we're talking about. Yeah. Like they're wasting our time. So I don't think that we should be committed to a relationship where someone's going to waste our time despite what they put in. I want someone.
I just think that December should be more of a soft deadline.
Well, it's
obviously you just said it would be, but I think you should display it as that.
Well, it's the story must be completed, so that we are still on until February to market.
Okay. I'm sorry. The story must be completed, not the entire thing.
No, they
Yeah.
could have some art missing if we've seen where the art's going, and they could have some things. We want them to kickstart by next February, basically, right, Travis?
Yeah,
That would-
yeah. Well, the
be
goal
involved.
is
Maybe you should word it as must be ready to launch by February.
We could do
well,
that.
we're going to help them too. Our goal is, so let's go back to the cover. So we're going to get you a cover, and the reason why we're choosing you an alternate cover is we're going to find someone who's local in this community that will bring people over, bring backers over. So if you get a cover from this guy, we know he's good for 50 or so backers that'll back any of his stuff. We're choosing people to help your campaign. We're trying to make sure it's successful. So basically, you're investing 250 in yourself.
No, yeah, I definitely think it's a fair price. I think it's a great package. It's something I wish I had back then. Yeah, that I think I like that.
And that's the golden ticket. Travis went out and got crazy yesterday and made a $100 level for this. Travis, tell us what the difference is between the golden ticket and just the Indie Trinity, as Brian came.
Yeah, the Indie Trinity, all it does, it doesn't have the website and it doesn't have the cover. Everything else is included. So it gets the story, it gets the marketing, gets all that taken care of.
All right.
Let's be honest, that's cheap. 32 pages edited for $100. Just Chuck's job of editing, that's cheap. That's dirt cheap. Forget having a story editor. And a lot of people don't realize I run Indie Advocates. I know a lot of stuff to help people. I mean, ask Chuck. I've given him tips over the years, and he's credited me with kind of showing him how to get around things quickly.
Yeah.
You know, he rose up, and I told him when we first met, and he started on my side, I said, if you listen to everything you do, you'll become a name very quickly. And he did. To his credit, he listened to everything I had to say. He absorbed it, and he went out and used it. And that's stuff I don't tell everyone publicly. And I've told him things because things would be wasted to share with everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah,
Well, that's your little thing, man.
that's the thing about it is that
That little handheld thing.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute Travis for a second.
Okay, I'm like, is he talking to us? I think the thing is that, like, you know, you give people a little bit of rope and a little bit more rope and see what they do with it, you know? And so the thing is that like all the time people will say, you know, oh, can you give me some advice? Yeah, okay.
Travis
so
is back, it looks like.
here's some advice, and if they take it, then you give them a little bit more. And I've just taken as much as I can and kept going with it because I'm serious, and I think all of us are serious about what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta unmute yourself. I don't know why it doesn't let me do it, but we muted you because you were talking over. Travis, you're muted. Can you hear us?
No, Travis, we're telling you that you're muted. Yeah.
You heard us.
I'm just messing with you guys.
All right. So yeah, I mean, and this is the thing, and this is the moment where, like, I mean, I've said it. I'm not going to be part of another thing like this. I'm not going to sell my services. I have people offering me to be a story editor for almost $100 at this point that I've turned down or helped for free. So I'm at the point where I could get $100. It's not worth it for me to throw my name into something like this again. So this is a one and done for me. I'm sure Travis won't do this for the second book.
I'm actually curious about how this is going to turn out because Kevin Parent, I was just talking to him, and he has had this tier on his where like you could buy this tier and he would write a story for you, like, or like you would, or he would write whatever story you wanted. You know what I mean? And I was thinking like who would want a story to be made and that you would pay someone else to write, you know, or create when you don't. Anyway, so I asked him about it, and it turns out like one guy just gave up and decided to turn his pledge into a donation, and the other guy just never got back to him on like what kind of stories you want. And I did something similar where like I would for like a certain tier, Adigan could do a portfolio review of your art, or I'll do a script review of your script. And I had the same experience where the guy never sent me a script. And so, I mean, the money's there, so, but still. And so, Travis, you're still muted, it looks like.
No.
I think he's
yeah, no, I muted myself just because there was a lot of stuff going on in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so like I'm kind of curious, like it seems like when things like this happen, or when people buy stuff like this, they don't commit, which is funny because they're putting the money in.
Well, that's why we did the dates the way we did it, because I wanted people to be here. Because I don't want them coming back to me next year at this time saying, I'm ready now. No, too bad. That's not how comics are. You know, this is, especially if you want to be in comics, you got to hit deadlines, you know?
And that's the thing that lights a fire under their ass. Like, and that's one of the biggest assets anyone could use is setting a deadline, making it public, and sticking to it. That's why I like when someone
ass fires.
What?
I'm all about ass fires.
Yeah, they smell great. Anyway, fucking, but like one of the first things I always tell people when they're asking about they want to make a Kickstarter, what do you suggest? Like, look at what I have already. What do you suggest? I always say I suggest setting a date, dude. Set a launch date and commit to it, because you're never gonna be ready as you think you are.
And because I'm the indie devil, I'll be the one to say this, and I don't care. My time is valuable. If I'm committed to do this and someone backs it, that means for a year I have to keep in mind that I'm on demand, which means I can't do an extra project possibly, means I've got to keep time open always in case someone pops up and needs my help. And that's fine. That's what I'm committing to. I'm not going to have that float over my head for 2 years while someone's trying to figure out things. This is meant for a serious indie creator. And I'll tell you right now, if a creator showed up and they had some bad stuff, I would pay him out of pocket back the money and be like, I'm not part of this.
Well, and I'll say, as an editor, that's something a lot of people forget is that, like, yeah, okay, so I might take my time to get through the script, but I'm still attached to that. So, like, until the book is actually, like, lettered and done and out, I'll still get, like, I get people randomly, you know, and it's part of my job. So they'll be in touch and they'll be like, hey, man, I need you to go over the lettering. I need you to go over this. I need you to do that. And, like, you are on the hook until that book is gone. You know, especially as an editor, like that's a big part of it. So yeah, like you're asking a lot, and we're offering an awful lot, and they have to get that. You know, there's only so much we can give.
Yeah. So that's kind of what that date's about. Like, I mean, we're all great people, and I know that. I know Chuck's a great guy, and everything I do.
I'm the greatest, but yeah.
Everything I do for Indie Advocates, no one can second guess how much I help people. It's gotten to the point where I have to help people less because I don't do my own work. I'm always helping someone else out. That's why, I'm thinking about charging for story editing, because I just can't do it. I can't physically do everything I've been doing for the last couple of years without it hurting me. And I have to start putting myself first. And it's, it sucks. You want to help everybody, but there's some people I help that they still come back every so often. And I'm like, dude, you didn't do what I told you to do and it failed. And now you want my help again. Why are you wasting my time,
Well, helping people in this little tiny indie industry is like such a finicky thing. Like, I've had really bad experiences with that, where like I've discovered that like you can't, like, just putting help out there for anyone that wants to grab at it, like, or posting it in a place where anyone can grab at it, like, no one ever appreciates that. No one ever. Or like, there's always people there to tear it apart. You have to find people that want your help, or else you're just wasting your time. Like, I used to try and blast out these tips and stuff, things that works for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it never went well. It never ever went well. Like, there's so many people in this industry see it as like a race where, like, if someone else is getting ahead, that means you are falling behind. They take it as like a personal thing. And so it's like, I've discovered like, I just put like all my advice I put up on my website, and when someone asks me about it, I'll help them out and be like, I talk about it more here. I stopped posting those advice articles on Facebook. I stopped posting them on Reddit. It upsets people. It makes people feel like they don't know what they're talking about, and you're trying to act like you're better. When I was just posting a tip for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it comes back to this: you give away your comic book for free, no one will read it. Charge them $10.
I know.
I can give you an opinion. You charge them $10, they'll come back with you and give you an opinion and have a conversation.
That's the funniest thing, dude. Like, I can't get anyone to read my comics if I give it to them. I can get people to buy my comics and then read them, though. I don't really understand. As long as I got readers, though, I'm happy.
Well, all right. So that's really what Advocator is all about, right? So the Advocator is kind of changing the mindset of these people. That's the goal of this. That's why there's no money involved. This is people who are serious about this craft to have copies to send them out and do stuff. That's what this is for. So that's a very, very different mindset for those creators, because there are people who won't share updates. They won't do anything because they see if you succeed, they fail. And they want to know how you could raise that money and they can't. I know a gentleman that Rob
But at the same time, they don't want to hear about how you did it.
Right, exactly. Well, they want to know how can they do it? How can they fast track it? They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the education. I know that you and I, Connor, we do Comics Tribe tons. Every time there's a new update, we listen to it, subscribe to it, make sure we're a part of it, because we want to learn and be as educated to do this right, because we're serious about this craft. So people in this book are serious about this craft, and they're not people just trying to get 50 of their friends to fund their $2,000 book. That's great, but we want to be bigger than that.
Yeah, like, and a lot of people, or I've had a lot of people tell me that like I charge too little for my comics on Kickstarter, when I think I kind of think of it as like the goal, the Kickstarter goal, right? You want to put it as low as you can because you just want exactly what you need, right? And you don't want to risk putting it too high and then not being able to reach it. And I kind of think of the prices like that, where it's like I only price it exactly what we need to break even, so that we can further sell it down the line, but get these like, because the point, I don't care about I care about the backer count. I don't care about the price or the goal or the money raised, right? Like, I'm not trying to raise money. I'm trying to raise readers.
Hey, can I just interrupt for a second, because we have some comments and I want to make sure everyone knows that we are listening to them. Max said, "Sweet doing now, done." He backed the Avocator, so Max is one of the Avocators now. He became one. We have a comment from Max. Also says, "Allow me to just say that the golden ticket tier is at least 500 at least." I would agree. Me and Travis argued about this. I said that it should have been 350, and he said, "I want to do this for the community. This is a gift. The first one of this issue should be a gift to the community." He's like, "We shouldn't try to charge more for the all covers." And it's funny because usually I'm known as the nice guy with the indie comics, but I thought we undervalued this Kickstarter. But Travis was very, I guess, like saintly in the way that he approached this. He wanted people to really feel like we were inviting them to be part of something. And I was more the devil who wanted to charge them to go for the ride. So a lot of credit for Travis for the pricing and really making me suffer for the last couple of weeks, jumping through hoops trying to get this funded.
Well, I said it. It's worth more than he was like, oh, it's worth closer to like $500. No, it's not. It's worth over $1,000. Like that website alone. How much would you charge for the website and everything for a year, dude?
So it's $200. So just hosting is $200 a year.
Yep.
So that's just hosting. If I add an e-commerce site to someone, you start. So if you want to sell your comics on your website, which I'm going to allow you to do, I start at $2,500. So you cannot get that added to your website for less than $2,500.
So we're already over $2,500 just there.
Correct. And that's not counting the marketing stuff on how to get funded, because I tend to get funded on my stuff. Even this is going to fund. Like I know that we need backers, we need some stuff. There's a lot of things going on. This is going to fund. The reason why these things fund is because we do marketing prep, and we do some things. We're going to build that stuff. Right now, there's someone messaging me trying to figure out how can they tap into my mind, because this is their third Kickstarter, and they've only raised $663 at their top.
And remember, for the Advocator, we've gone up the hard way with our pricing, and that's why I kind of made it a big point. We have 150 backers almost now. Most Kickstarters don't see 150 backers. It's because our price point was so low, we knew we were going to struggle getting up there, but we wanted to, and Travis set the tone for this, he wanted to make this an opportunity for everyone to feel welcome. And he didn't want to do any bells and whistles. He wanted to prove that this was a pure project where it wasn't about the money. So a lot of credit goes to that. It has been an experience, and it has been a wonderful trip. We've met some wonderful people. And I wanted to say that because Wendy said that she that's why I held off asking you to take a look at my stuff, both me and you, Travis. because she knows that our time is valuable. The difference is, I think me and Travis are getting to the point where we can weed out the people we know are wasting our time. I think we can quickly.
And let's also not forget about it. Like, yes, these are services that are worth this much money, but I also want to point out that I have received I've received Travis's services to some extent, and I have purchased Chuck's services to it also. Like, I can personally tell you that it is worth that money. It's worth way more than that. Travis, me and Travis had like 2 kind of pretty long brainstorming conversations while I was setting up my next campaign. And also Chuck edited Swords and Sorrows, my last campaign. And as much as I love Grimwood, Swords and Sorrows is my most proud work. I'm most proud of that. And a big part of that is Chuck's input on that, especially the ending. If you remember that, dog.
I love that ending.
But to finish what I was saying about Wendy, because I want to make sure Wendy understood, I don't think Wendy's a waste of my time or Travis's time. I think that you get to know, and I'm sure you guys are getting there, especially me. I know me and Chuck have talked a lot about this offline, and he started picking my brain on how to pick out who's wasting his time as an editor, because we'll share things with each other from other creators, and we look at each other like, what the hell is this person?
Hey, guys,
do with this?
I'll be right back. I got to deal with my broke down car situation. Haha, the broke down guy has a broke down car. Haha, funny. Bye.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. There's a couple zombies. I'll go get my revolver. I'll be right back.
I'm getting sucked into the void. And now Rob's going to go spank himself.
No, but I mean, Wendy's not wasting. No one's wasting our time. There are some great creators out there. It's just, to be honest, like Max asked if he's a weed. I wouldn't say so. I see Max posting all the time. What we're talking about, I think Chuck will back me on this, are the people with an idea. The people who haven't written a script or didn't bother polishing a script, have basically an idea that's a paragraph, and they hand it to us and expect us to do all the work for them. And I know Chuck's gotten some recent stuff where he had to send it back to a writer and said, try harder. I have sent comic books back and said, I won't put my name anywhere near this, not even to bash your book while I waste many of my time with this. This is a joke. And that's what kind of makes, I think, people like me, Travis, and Chuck want to put in that contingency about the time. Because we do want to help Wendy.
I want to stress that, like, don't be scared off. These guys aren't gonna judge you for your lack of experience. No. They're not saying like you're wasting their time because they're wasting their time because they suck at writing. They straight aren't putting in the effort. Mm-hmm. That's what you know what I mean? Like, I just want anyone listening to this, don't be scared that they're gonna think you're one of those weeds. If you give any sort of shits, you're immediately gonna be better than what they're talking about.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's absolutely right. I've gotten scripts that were really rough, but you can tell they give a shit. And so the thing is that you tell them, look, man, this is rough. We got a lot of work ahead of us. And, you'll tell them what the issues are. And depending on how they handle that, it shows their character. If they go, cool, great, how do we fix this? Okay, here's my suggestions, But if they go, oh, this is bullshit, what am I going to do? I'm going to give up. Well, honestly, if that's where your attitude is right away, yeah, maybe you should give up.
Yeah,
and like also just being open to criticism, realizing that you're always gonna have somewhere to go, more to learn.
Well, especially if you get an editor, like that's our job.
Well, everyone wants to hire an editor and then not accept the criticism,
right?
And that's funny because when I have an editor, I tell them to look at it again and tell me again, because I've told Chuck this and he's edited my work. I have dysphagmia. I have dyslexia. So sometimes after you read my book, you miss the story. So then I'll ask for, well, look over the story one more time, make sure it made sense in the way I formed it. The one thing I am good at is story. It's just the structure a little bit that I need help with. And I always tell people to get an editor. So this isn't about pushing people away that date. We only brought up this because the date was pushed, and we wanted to explain why the date's there. Because I do think that when you know something is coming, it makes you, like you said, Connor, you nailed it. The first thing you pick is your Kickstarter launch, because now everything has got to line up to that. Months before we do anything, the Advocator, we actually pushed it. It was supposed to be in October. We pushed it, and then because Travis was kind of on the fence about when he wanted to go, because he's trying to balance it between everyone in the project, And this is a good example. This is a learning moment. And me and Travis actually argued, and Chuck was there for the argument. Remember, Chuck? I said, why are we arguing about who's going when? Let's just launch the Kickstarter. And Travis is like, well, I don't know. I'm going to have this, and then Chuck's going to have that. I'm like, we can't worry about what everyone's having. We just have to go. And then Chuck and Travis decided I was wrong, and we pushed it to the winter. Now, to their credit, November seemed to drop the bottom out of Kickstarter. November, like, just had no money. So if we had went, we might have been in trouble. So as much as
I was supposed to launch November.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Dude.
November was really, I saw everyone failing. I think that
I had to delay it. I'm happy I didn't launch November now.
Yeah,
what did we talk about?
It was rough.
Like,
especially like for the two of us, we do the news and we talk about all the Kickstarters that are out there, and watching how bleak it was rough.
You're talking like 70% weren't funding without topping themselves off. And we saw, me and Chuck would talk and be like, "Let's we just top themselves off," because you can see it. When you're $1,000 behind and suddenly you fund a day before and you haven't raised your amount of backers, it's not hard to know it just happened, you know? And I understand that. I don't have a problem with it, but on the same breath, like, at least be honest about it. Tell people, you know, like, oh, well, I backed it, or don't celebrate it out loud. Because some of these creators would go out and go, oh, we funded. No, you really didn't. You know, you should just keep your mouth shut. Because a lot of creators do know that what you just did, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's such a weird dynamic with like trying to make the most out of your Kickstarters. I've as of like selling pledges in person and then putting them into the Kickstarter myself. You know what I mean?
I had to do that with my book about fetish because people did not want their name on it. And Chuck knows this. I've been having the shit kicked out of me the last 2 weeks from Kickstarter, going back into my feed from 2 years ago.
You mean Facebook?
With me. So I get that. I've had a lot of people who gave me money in person. I had a person hand me $100 for Fetish Babies, and I thought it was too much to add on my own. I just kept it for the project and used it for mailing later and gave them a book. They were local. They wanted like original art and stuff like that. So I made a deal with them off camera, but it happens. Some people don't want to sign up for a Kickstarter to begin with because, let's be honest, our shit's getting stolen every day from all these big companies. You know, Facebook is selling us like we're cattle, and then they get hacked and wonders what happened. You know, I read a thing about Facebook today that they used an app that collected data on children to learn about their habits for the future.
Yeah.
They're getting kicked off of the Apple store, and they actually got threatened by Apple that said if you do that again with your Facebook app, it's gone next. So Apple might stop supporting Facebook on iPhones in the next year if Facebook doesn't get their shit together. So, you know, it's a complicated area to deal with everything that we're dealing with. And that's why as creators, we got to band together and we got to stick up for each other. And that's what the Advocator is. We brought all these creators to, because I mean, Chuck, talk about what happens when they take the books to the show. How many states are we going to be in now?
Well, wow. Okay, so I mean, just me. I'm going to be in Texas, Louisiana, and Florida. You guys are out of Florida.
What the fuck is a Canadian doing in Texas, Louisiana, and Florida?
I'm traveling, motherfucker.
You're gonna fucking burn up.
Yeah, man. I mean, I live in Texas. I have a con in Houston, in New Braunfels here. I have one in, we're doing one in Florida, and then we're going to do one in Louisiana as well.
I can't imagine taking that undertaking of traveling for cons.
It's a lot, but I'm excited, and that's how you get, like, organic fans, is by getting out there as much as possible. And I know that that's not something you can do as well or as easily, but I have that opportunity, and I have the chance to travel a little bit, so I want to take it. But in the meantime, you're in Alaska, which means now I get to have fans in Alaska, because effectively when you sell that, you're selling for me and everybody else. Jamie, I believe, is up in Michigan. I'm not sure where Frank is, but I mean, that puts us all over the fucking continent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's only bigger and bigger. People joining us.
And I'm sending, you know, I think we're also all, I mean, at least a bunch of us are sending copies to our artists and stuff. So, like, Kyron did some work for me on that beautiful cover. So I'm sending some copies out to him, which means now we have stuff happening in Cali as well. Like, yeah, man, it's all good stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably send some to Adigan. He's in Turkey.
That's awesome, right? Now we have our names in Turkey. That's badass.
Yeah, yeah. But Adigan is he says that like it's impossible, like really hard to market comics in Turkey.
Yeah.
Well, it's only hard. No, it's not. Like in India, we have a friend, me and Chuck, Rahil Moshin, where it was hard. Now suddenly it's like an up and coming thing. Sometimes it just takes the effort of trying. So maybe hopefully
I gotta go now, guys.
What's that?
I gotta go.
All right, girlfriend.
All right. Thanks for the talk, guys. I definitely think we should do this again. We shouldn't need a Kickstarter to be talking live. Dog Days is still going on. We'll talk about Dog Days here soon.
Wait, why is Connor leaving? What happened?
He's had enough of your shit.
He heard your
Wendy's here. I gotta go.
Wendy's there?
I'm just kidding. Don't get mad at me, Wendy. Or Chuck.
See you, homie.
All right. No, I gotta go, guys. But it was awesome talking, and we should come on and talk about Dog Days here in the next couple days.
It'll be gone by then, but sure. We're already
find something to talk about.
Yeah, we're fun. Give me some fun.
We'll talk about the second Advocator. We'll bring you on because you're part of the first one.
Oh, okay, cool. When is the second one launching?
We could talk about how I'm gonna beat your backer number. You said 210?
Dude, I want that. I didn't get 210 by myself. You guys definitely helped with that. So, I mean, I would love to help you guys beat that.
All right, Connor, go. Let him stop distracting you. Go ahead and get out of here. Thank you for spending time with us.
All right, guys. It was awesome talking to you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, guys. Chuck, Travis, do you have time to stay for Kickstarter talk?
Well, dinner's almost done, and you need me on for 11. So if you want me on at 11, then no.
10.
Why don't you leave and I'll take this one. I'll be the martyr on this one.
Hold on, Travis. 10, not 11.
11. I got it. 11. 11.
No, you son of a bitch.
Right. I hear you loud and clearly. You heard 11, right, Chuck?
I heard 11.
Yeah, 11:30 tops.
Did you know there's an eject button on Google Hangouts? I found out today.
Oh, shit, you did knock him out. Oh, it's so badass. And you're seeing me laugh like a million times over. That's great.
All right, but I am going to turn this off, and we're going to restart Kickstarter talk. But
okay.
I'm going to stay live on Facebook, so don't go anywhere. It'll take me like 2 minutes to set up.
Can I run and go pee, or do I have to talk?
No, you can run and go pee.
All right, peace.
I'll play a video in the meantime. All right, later.